Hello friends, and welcome back to the island. I'm so happy you're here today. If you love soft lighting, tiny details, and comfy design spaces in Animal Crossing New Horizons, you're in the right spot. Whether you're here for design inspo or just a relaxing escape, I hope this video feels like a gentle walk with a friend. Go ahead and get comfy. Settle in. Now let's sip something warm, breathe a little slower, and begin to wander around this little isle we call Plum. And welcome back to all of our viewers for part 2 of the Ski Lodge series. I am so excited to welcome you back. For those of you who haven't been to Plum before, welcome, and thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be working on Bonfire Entry Decor, Orchard Expansion, and River Rerouting through the campsite. So, without further ado, let's get started. Here I am just getting inventory of kind of what I laid out in the last video. So from what you can see, I put birch furniture around the campsite, the bonfire specifically. And so my vision for this is to have this super cozy, wintry bonfire. And I really want to make sure that I have a whole ton of decorations that aren't specifically festive so that I can have them beyond the Christmas season that is upon us right now, as it is currently December 19th, but this video will be posted in January, so I want to make sure that this will last probably until about February or March for those in the northern hemisphere, and for those in the southern hemisphere, this will serve as a beautiful transition into the colder months. So a lot of this is going to be uprooting flowers. Because for those of you who were with me on the tour through the campsite before these renovations started, I had a lot of flower overgrowth going on, and it really needed to be cleaned up. Like it was a lot. The colors went beautifully with fall, but it's too much for what we're going for now, especially with the snow coming in the next week or so. This is it's just not gonna work. So all of these flower variations that I run wild are going to be unfortunately disposed of because we don't have the ability to store them like we will come the new update January 15th. For those of you who don't know, we're actually going to be able to store plants in storage. So storage is getting an upgrade. It's going to be able to expand up to 9,000 items in home storage, and that will include plants, which I cannot tell you how excited I am for, because I plant hundreds of shrubs and flowers every time the seasons change in order to match the aesthetic. And so this will definitely help with that transition, because not only do I not have to go and buy hundreds of plants from Leaf, but I'll also be able to get that instant gratification of seeing what the plants will look like and not having to wait for them to bloom for up to a week. Especially with shrubs and trees, they take quite a lot of time compared to the flowers, because flowers are about 4 days to grow, but trees and shrubs are about a week. So if you do big builds like this that require a lot of vegetation, that the color scheme is kind of built around, it is going to help immensely with being able to visualize what that space is going to look like. And so yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm setting up these benches around the bonfire, not just so that there's less of a danger of burning yourself on the fire, but I feel like it kind of elevates the space and makes it feel more grand, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those benches to decorate. And you'll see what I mean come the end of this video and beginning of next, when I put decorations on them that really elevate the space. I am thinking I'm going to use that little camper van, which is exclusively available if you go and find them on like treasure islands, like go on Twitch and get them from other people because you actually can't even get them in the catalog. I found these items randomly when I was on someone else's island quite a while ago, and I didn't realize at the time that you could not get them in the game. They come from the Animal Crossing Pocket edition that you can get for your phone. I've never used it myself, but yeah, I tried looking them up when I was putting together my catalog because I have my entire catalog available for you to skim in order to be able to find all of these little items that I'm using to decorate the site so that it's easier for you guys to know which items I'm using so that you can use them yourself. But when I was taking inventory of everything that I have in my catalog, I used this app that's a catalog app, and it pairs with the ACNH pocket guide that I have that I use to catalog everything. I highly recommend it, and I have it linked in the description below because it's amazing and I use it all the time. I'm a huge collector, so I take inventory of all of the flowers that have bloomed and all of my Reroute collection and all my fish. It helps with tracking which fish you can catch and when. Same for insects and sea creatures. But fish specifically are tricky for me because this is the last of my index that I haven't finished yet. And for those of you who have watched my previous videos and my shorts, I don't enjoy fishing. I have a special way of doing it. I have to sit and close my eyes or zone out and listen and feel for when the fish is being caught. I can't just watch the game and like catch when the bobber goes down. I have to feel it, so it's just really time consuming and I don't enjoy it. But for those of you who do, highly recommend the catalog app. Please go and download it. It's free and it is the most thorough app that I've found. And so back to what I was saying, it comes with a catalog scanner. So what you can do is use the app, the catalog app, to scan your in-game catalog, and it will register and put into a list and upload it into the Pocket Guide app, all of the items and things that you've collected. And that's how I found out that you not only can't acquire the camper van and the campsite sign and other pieces of the Pocket app game that you can get, but they just won't show up in the catalog, so I had to manually enter them in there. So for those of you who want to know what those, like the specific names of those items are, you can go into the catalog that I have linked in the description that lists all of the items that I personally have collected, but you can find them in there. And so right now I am starting to terraform and reshape this river. I do this over the course of the next couple of videos because I pre-recorded the videos and I'm doing voiceover now just because it's a lot easier for me that way. I have trouble with executing and narrating at the same time. Like I can't play the game and narrate what I'm doing at the same time. I go nonverbal when I'm playing, so I have to watch them back and do voiceover like I am now. But there was a lot of effort that went into this river because I wanted it to be perfect and I wanted it to just really beautifully follow the shape of the campsite and the bonfire and act as like a transition between the two parts of the campsite because the grounds are quite large. Like it takes up the entirety of my bottom left corner of the island. And the river, I feel, it does divide the two parts, but it also brings them together. So a lot of thought went into it. And if you're like me and you like you can't sit through a really long video like this one, like all of my videos are 15 minutes and above for the most part. Well, not all. I have some that are going to be shorter, but the ones that are in the series like this, I put them on 2 times, like the 2x speed, so that I can watch and see what's going on. If you didn't know that you could do that, now you know. Because I have the attention span of a goldfish, so it helps me a lot with being able to do that. It's an accommodation, and I highly recommend it for those of you who can relate. Oh, there's Walt walking through my flowers. He actually just came and joined my island a couple of weeks ago now. Feels like yesterday, but his front yard is actually one of my favorite designs, and I'm going to be posting that at some point in the future because it was not just cool to find him, because I, for some reason, really enjoy grumpy old kangaroos in this game. So I have Walt now, and before Walt, I had Rooney, and he was the exact same, like a dusty, grumpy kangaroo man. But the cool thing about Walt is that he loves Japanese aesthetic and like very earthy, mossy stuff. Like when you look in his house, it's like you're walking into a garden of moss and stone, and I'm obsessed. And I made his front yard match that even before he moved to the island, which was the coolest thing. I can't tell you how satisfying it is. For those of you who don't know, I design the front yards of the villagers that are coming to live on my island before they arrive. So I meet them, I greet them, I learn kind of what their personality's like and if we jive, because that's a huge part of my process of welcoming new villagers to live on the island, is if I think that they're really gonna match the energy of the island. But it's kind of cool to see like how well I've encapsulated their energy in their yards when I'm designing them, and then to see them move in the next day and have their house and their interior decorations match. It's so cool. I think the other person that I nailed it for was Chrissy. I've had Chrissy on my island for months, and I immediately, when I met her, I found her when I was on a villager hunt using my Nook Miles tickets, and I perfectly designed her yard down to the color palette of her exterior of her house. So for those who want to see it, go and watch my neighborhood walkthrough in my Plum Island tour series that you can find on my channel. I nailed it. I was so proud, I can't even tell you. I think Christy's one of those villagers that I'm just not gonna let move if she asks, which I hope she doesn't, because I feel like we're really good friends. But yeah, I really nailed it. And now we're running over from the campsite. I kind of got off track here, but it is what it is. So what I'm doing is, we're in my flower farm right now. For those who watched, or are gonna watch actually, because it hasn't been posted yet, but by the time this video comes out, it will be the East Shore tour. I tell you about this farm. This is where I planted my flowers so that I could get hybrids that I specifically bred to become hybrids, because I've passively gotten all of the hybrid flowers that you can on the island just by accidentally planting the right color combos of different flowers besides each other on the island. But I didn't get the gratification of knowing that I planted them specifically to get those combinations, and there's a much higher feeling of a reward when they become hybrids in my flower farm, because I deliberately tried to make the combinations like the hybrids. So I moved all of the trees that I had in my campsite, because I had at least one of every fruit tree in the campsite. But with the colder months, I feel like it's more appropriate to have pine trees in there. Or not pine. They're not pine trees. They are spruce or something. They're like the Christmas trees. I'm totally blanking on what they're called right now, but you can get them in the Nook shop. So I moved all of my fruit trees, long story short, over to the flower farm, and they will stay there until spring, which is kind of cool because I accidentally ended up building an orchard, so we love that for me. And that way I don't have to dump them like I did with all the flowers. They can just stay there out of sight until I want to replant them in their correct locations. So what I'm doing now is I'm tearing down the cooking portion of my campgrounds, which I had laid out during the spring and summer seasons, but I feel like with the cold months it's just not worth it, and I actually ended up turning that space into a gnome village, so tune back in for when I post that. But thanks so much for spending a little time on the island with me today. I hope it brought you some calm and a bit of inspiration for your own game. I love hearing about your islands too, so feel free to leave a cozy comment. If you want to follow along for more island stories and design ideas, you're welcome to subscribe and come back anytime. No pressure, just cozy vibes. Take care. Until next time, friend.